Come on, Mill. Let's go.
All right, buddy. Sorry, lads. Oh, Sonny's on here.
There you go.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Sin Bin with Bill Mill.
I'm Bill.
And I'm Mill.
Welcome, folks. So this episode, we're going to recap what's happened during the week, and then we're going to obviously go into a bit of on or not on, bit of segment made up by Mill, and then we're going to go down Conversation Street.
Oh, another trip down Conversation Street.
Another trip. So, folks, thank you for joining us again. We appreciate it. All the subscribers. Oh, man, I'm dyslexic today.
It's okay, buddy.
Today, Junior. Anyway, so yeah, first bit of business is we had a game on Sunday.
Sunday.
Last Sunday we had a game and we got the win. It was a hard-fought win. We didn't play our best, but we came away with the bonus point. So
checking on the ball.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Thanks.
So you're not scratching your balls.
Mm-hmm.
So we played a team called San Miguel, and fortunately we came away with the bonus point win. So that's good for our campaign. Another victory and one step forward to our goals. So yeah, we won 29-0, and it was good.
Great way to start the week.
Yeah, it was good. You're good. You had to keep the momentum going. Woke up on the Monday with a nice W, nice win.
Straight into the office on Monday as well. Usually when we play Sunday, we have Monday off, but we were straight in. A bunch of the boys. We did a gym session because we came off the bench, but we did a recovery session as a team, gym session, a few of us, and then video as well on Monday, which was good.
Yeah, it was a full day, straight in. No messing now because we're only 7 weeks left.
Crazy, man.
Yeah,
flying by.
Yeah, 7 weeks. That's all we have left, and we've final game of the season is the May 16th. So yeah, we can't really afford to mess around now. So yeah. Anyway, Mill, do you want to continue with the week, or do you want to go straight?
Yeah, I think we only got to Sunday, so or we only got to Monday, so we might as well.
Yeah, well,
Tuesday was a big day, man.
Yeah,
Tuesdays are always big days.
Yeah,
we wake up, we get over to the stadium for 7:30.
Yeah, we're there from.
We're literally there until 3:30.
Yeah, 3:30, 3. Yeah, 4.
Yeah,
like
we're in gym.
Depending if you have physio, is that
gym straight into skills on the field, back in for video, straight back out for training, and then physio and lunch and stuff after. Makes for a long day, but it's good to just kind of knock it all out rather than go and come back and go and come back.
Tuesday's the heavy day as well with contact and looking and stuff. So
yeah.
And then Wednesday we have the Wednesday off, and luckily we got to go to the beach because the sun is starting to come out. So that was a good bit of vitamin D and a good recovery. So sipping mate and Miller getting red as a lobster.
Man, you'd think like I went to a coaching thing at 10 a.m. and I was like, okay, I don't need sunscreen. It's 10 a.m. UV was like 2. Got to the beach and my arms were just roasted already from the coaching session, and then obviously lying on the beach all day didn't help. No. Got some sunscreen on, I think like 2 hours into the beach, which was pretty useless. But
no, did he get on?
So that was Wednesday, and now we're on to Thursday, and tomorrow's Friday. So
yes, Thursday was a bit more relaxed session, but it was still intense enough because we had gym in the morning, then into video, then to the field again, and now we're home. But the heat is a bit of a problem. Like we're just adapting to the heat because it's starting to get warm and it's getting very, very warm.
Yeah, my body's in shock because I've done like 8 months of straight winter now, from Australia winter straight into here. I had like a little bit of time in BC, but it was still rainy and cold. But so that's our week. We play on Saturday night at 8:00 against Kadool, so getting fired up for that one.
Yeah, looking forward to that. So there'll be another step up again, another contest.
Yeah.
And I'm proper stuttering today. Anyway, so that's our week, and
straight into the segment.
I think we go straight into the segment.
I guess we forgot to say we were gonna get a guest on to this week, but due to unfortunate circumstances, mate, you just grab your book.
I'm on the sideline. I'm in the sin bin, man. I'm in the sin bin.
Due to unfortunate circumstances, one of them is sick and the other one's too famous to come on today.
Yeah,
so
pretty much way too famous.
We're just going to go straight into our segment, and hopefully next week we'll get one of them on to share some stories. So,
and folks, I'm going back in time. I'm using pencil and paper for this one, not mobile phone, just because mine's actually being used as the camera. But anyway, so Mill.
All right, Billy.
Welcome to your famous segment.
Thank you.
I'm stuttering so much, man. Anyway.
Are you nervous, Phil?
No, man.
It's episode 3, man.
I know, man.
The viewers love you. Quit stuttering.
All right, anyway. So, segment on or not on, and I'm going to ask Mel some questions, and he'll tell you what on or not on. So, we're going to start with a simple one. Milk with tea.
Personally, not on. I prefer my tea black. I know it's crazy. You get bashed for it all the time. I kind of am more of a fruity tea anyway kind of guy, so milk doesn't really go with fruity tea.
Yeah, you're a bit fruity yourself.
But I would still drink like an English tea black as well.
Okay. That's not bad. Each their own. Okay, this one now. Ketchup on eggs.
On. 100% on. Sometimes when you get to the point you eat so many eggs and you start realizing that they taste and smell like eggs and it just disgusts you. So I think, yeah, man, it's a little bit embarrassing, but I load ketchup on eggs.
I can't get with you on that.
You're like sriracha?
Love sriracha. Sriracha is different.
I can do sriracha on eggs too, but like ketchup is just so good, man.
All right. Then eating the heel of the loaf of bread.
That's a tough one. First heel, definitely not. Like, not on the first heel. I'm skipping the first heel and grabbing the first 2 fresh slices of bread. At the end of the loaf, if you got one piece and one heel, you're not just going to have one piece. You're going to cook the heel. But ideally, you time it correctly. You finish on 2 normal slices and you leave the heels. I know it's bad, but I usually just throw the heels out. I just can't be arsed. I think like they're not horrible, but man, it's just bread's cheap. Why not just?
Yeah, but they need a bit of loving as well, man. It's not their fault.
I know, and it's not really fair, is it? But for me, it's so much more pleasant to eat a nice slice of bread rather than that.
The heel kind of reminds me of
like, and they usually get crusty by the time that the loaf's done.
The heel kind of reminds me of like when like the teacher in school says like picks 2 students to make a team, and then you're last to get picked.
That's the heel of the loaf.
Yeah,
like you feel bad skipping them, but it's something you got to do.
Because you want to win.
And we've all been the heel, man. We've all been the heel of a loaf of bread. Okay, Billy's never been the heel of a loaf of bread. I've been the heel of a loaf of bread heaps, and I know a lot of you guys have as well. That's all right. You get past that, right?
You need to.
You have to.
It toughens you up, man.
Yeah, character builder.
Right.
You're a cocky prick, man.
Next. TV or music on while falling asleep?
Preferably, I would say not on. I can do it, and like growing up, I did it a lot, but now I think I'm like very able to fall asleep without it, so I prefer not to. But say like, man, if I'm like rooming with someone, say for example, the last 2 I roomed with one of my best mates, Emerson Pryor, snores like crazy. I know I snore like crazy as well, but I'm so hypocritical. Like I can't sleep when someone's snoring beside me, so my headphones are blasting when I'm sleeping beside Emmer. Funny story actually about that. Me and Emma are sleeping like beside each other in a room, and we've got like they're like twin beds, but like pretty close together. And one morning we both like somehow rolled over at the same time and like bonked heads like big babies, man. And we were just like woke up and we were like, what the fuck, man? I had a good laugh about it, but man, it was so funny.
So if you're snoring, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Right. I know this is a good one. Game day haircut.
Yeah, I can get around a game day haircut. I'd say it's on. I usually would go the day before just because not a huge fan of the same day look of a haircut. I like at least the 1 day growth and kind of like flush out in the shower a couple times, but definitely can get around getting a crisp haircut for a game, especially a big game, man. Like
a final or something.
Yeah, final, man, you got to be getting lined up.
I know this answer to this one. Midday nap on or not on?
100% on. 100%.
Okay.
Not even going to discuss that one.
This one's an interesting one. Hand-free car wash.
Car wash you drive your car through is a hands-free car wash, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, like they're fun, but so overpriced. Not on.
Not
on. I'm happy to, if the sun's shining, I'm happy to wash a car by hand rather than go through the hands-free one. And I think one time I was driving out of Volkswagen Jetta and I was going through a hands-free car wash and my sunroof leaked a little bit. And somehow the seal like completely broke and I just got blasted with like soap and water in the front seat of my car. It was horrible. So I think I've had a bit of a vendetta against them since then. But no, yeah, off.
The lazy option, as we say.
Not on, yeah.
Right.
Actually, back to that. It's also like 18 quid for a hands-free car wash. Like, who's paying $18 to go get your car washed,
Mate, Hayden here, man.
Does
Last year he had a black car and I'm telling you, the birds would just pick his car.
I suppose, but
in a parking lot there'd be 100 cars Haydenwood Park where one spot and he's getting splattered, man.
In like a city like this, I guess you don't really have a spot to wash your car. You know, you don't have like a driveway to wash your car in.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
that's fair.
Right. All you can eat buffet. Oh, I stuttered that. You know what I was gonna say. Sushi.
Okay.
All you can eat
Buffet style
Yeah, buffet style.
rather than table service.
Yeah.
Off, not on. I think table service makes so much more sense in a sushi style, like in a sushi restaurant.
I agree.
And for me, the longer the sushi sits there, like what if my favorite sushi roll is everyone else's least favorite and no one's picking that and it just sits there and gets like less fresh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just sitting there, it's getting warm, it's getting gross. And plus it's like the amount of sushi we eat when we go to an all-you-can-eat restaurant, it would just be up and down and up and down.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for us.
When I go to when we go to all-you-can-eat sushi, we go to work.
Yeah,
like we don't go to get up and pick our sushi and sit down and enjoy it. We're there.
We go to
do a job.
We're doing a job, man.
And we're doing a job, and they're serving us our sushi, and we're paying them to serve us our sushi.
We're not wearing jeans or wearing tracksuits. We're sitting down and we're loading up.
And if you're wearing jeans, those buttons are coming undone. That belt's off. Like,
T-shirts are gone. Everything.
T-shirts are gone. Imagine we're sitting, oh, you can eat sushi, sweating, tarps are off.
Mate, if it has to be done, it has to be done.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. This one. Naked in the ice bath. On or not?
Oh, see, we were chatting about that earlier, weren't we?
For me, no.
I think, like, so situation dependent. Like, I'd say on. Like it's on. Like if you got an ice bath solely for your team, on. But if it's like a communal one for say Benfica, like that, like no. If other teams and other athletes are using it, no. But if it's just your team, I would say it's all good. You shower before you go in anyway.
You have to. Yeah.
Like people are always like, "Oh, it's so dirty, you're gonna get infected." It's like it's just been filled up with water. Like obviously, guys are getting in it, but. Like I don't know. No, I think it's all good. I definitely would. Like I mean, typically wear my jocks in it, but I would do it for sure.
Okay. And coffee after 6:30 p.m.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I would say not on for me. Definitely have drinking it after 6:30 p.m. But man, I hate when you're going to bed and you're just like wired, brain's just going and you're just buzzing, and I'm like, man, it's 11:30. I just want to be asleep. You know what I mean? So I would say not on for the coffee.
Okay.
Well, and I love coffee. You know I do.
Yeah, you do.
I had about 6 today.
Yeah, I know.
But past 6:30, no way, man.
Never having 6 cups of coffee again. All right, so there goes that segment. Thank you, Mil, for participating.
Well done.
I'm closing pen and pencil.
Now we're on to Conversation Street.
Yeah,
Billy's
folks,
segment.
we're taking a walk down Conversation Street. Hey. So what's on today's topic? Oh, I have a few things. We're going to discuss a movie quote and then also a quote we also have seen before, because we do like our quotes and they have a bit of meaning to us as well. And then we're going to talk about friends, family, and foes. Don't know why I clapped your hands. Yeah, friends, family, and foes I think is a good topic to discuss when you're living abroad and you're meeting so many different people and your family's over there. And you do make enemies in this world. You just try to make as little as possible, but you do make them, or you just don't get on with some people. So how do you deal with that? Especially if they're teammates or they're in the same environment you. So like you have to work with that, and unfortunately everyone likes each other. So there's always ways around it, and yeah. So we'll start with some movie quotes. Like we were saying the other day, life's like a box of chocolates. That's one of my favorite quotes. And we were discussing what does it really mean and why do we kind of like that quote, or like why does it kind of inspire us? Because we do joke about it, but there is actually a meaning behind it, I think.
We were actually talking about it at All You Can Eat Sushi, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. We were. We were saying like every time you get a box of chocolates, those chocolates are like doors. You open one, you don't open one, like, but you never know what's going to be on the other side of that, and you have to appreciate even just opening the box. So, and it makes perfect sense to me, especially to me, it makes sense. Like I love it.
I think you open that box of chocolate. That's like the first risk you take is opening that box of chocolate, right? And then you have all these doors in front of you.
Yeah.
And sure, you can go in one if you want, or eat the chocolate if you want. And even when you pick up that chocolate, you're looking at it. You have no idea what to expect when you bite into it. You know what I mean? It might be like a fruity or like orange chocolate, or it might be like caramel inside. It might be dark chocolate. It's like
it's going to be something different.
And that I think relates so or like correlates so closely with like risks you take in life. You know,
Yeah.
like you show up to work, you don't know what to expect. You get there, you're faced with a challenge.
Every day is
You
a different
you
challenge.
take that challenge on, or you veer away from it. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And if you take it on, you don't know what can come from taking that on. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
can build up with other problems that come along with it. And a lot of people would just take the easy route and be like, okay, I don't know what that chocolate is, I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah.
You know
Or
what I
they'll
mean?
close the box. Some people do like to do that, run away. But I
Mm.
think the concept is brilliant because every day is like that for us because we're similar to contract bases here. So like we can take it in that way. So it's like each game for us is a different bite of the chocolate. I would say like that's I was thinking about that the other night.
Mm.
So different bite, like how we perform, how we play. You don't know what's going to happen, the opportunities that come from it, from performances, and where it will lead to the next season. So yeah, it's a brilliant quote. So
Man, for
thanks.
me, I'd say biting into like an orange, like what is that? What they're called? Orange chocolate? Like when you bite into it, and it's like, is
Yeah,
it
orange
orange?
zest. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like tearing your ACL in a rugby game. For me, I hate those fucking things, man. If I bite into a chocolate, I taste orange. Like that's it. I'm throwing it. I'm spitting it on the floor. I'm throwing it in the garbage. Like
That would have been a great question for you. Bounty, on or not on?
no, not on. We talked about this yesterday,
That's all
man.
I'm saying.
Horrible chocolate bar.
Honestly, on. I think
Horrible chocolate bar.
they're in a like I they're in a quiz. Like
Exquisite.
not even having. I'm sorry,
I
viewers.
don't
I
even know
know.
what exquisite means.
Anyway, back to our point of like life is like a box of chocolates, and I think it's a brilliant quote to live by. Because every day is an opportunity. Every day is a new chocolate. You don't know what's going to be in that box. You can't predict it. It might have on the back of it, it always says like the options, like, oh,
Mm,
this flavor, this flavor, this flavor. But that's no fun. Like, you want
mm.
to take it step by step, I
Also,
think.
like every brand of chocolate could have the same flavor, but it tastes completely different. You know what I
Completely
mean?
different, yeah.
That's like one of those things. It's like, have you ever seen like the study where, say, your perception of green could be, or yeah, perception of green could be different to my perception of green. Like we could see the same color and both know it's green, but green to you could be completely different
Different, yeah.
than my green. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
your green could be my blue, but
yeah.
it's both green to us because that's what we've learned and that's what we've like brought up. We've been brought up being taught. That's always blown my mind. I remember one of my friends did a science fair project on that when they were younger, and I was just like, I couldn't wrap my head around it, but it's very similar. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
everyone perceives everything differently, and even if you say it's the same, no one has 100% like exact feelings or like
yeah.
senses towards things.
Everyone's always different. Everyone always sees something different, and everyone always has an opinion that's different. Like,
Mm.
but at the end of the day, that box is the same box. It's just different opportunities and different flavors, and that means different feelings, different everything, different taste buds. So it's like brilliant. Like this morning, we woke up so happy, like because today's a new day, another challenge for us, something different again. So like every day is exactly like that.
Nice.
That's my motto, my quote.
Thanks, Forrest. Is he the original? Is that
Yeah,
originally
Forrest
from
Gump.
Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Class.
My mama told me life was like a box of chocolates.
Nice.
Brilliant quote.
Love Forrest Gump. Great movie.
Great movie. Tom Hanks.
Um. All right. Now time for my quote.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think I don't know it exactly, but I get the general consensus of it, and I think it's by a guy named Austin Butler or something. I saw it on Instagram the other day. It's um, embarrassment is a very underexplored emotion, and he basically says like it's so important for people to go out there and make a fool of yourselves. And to me, like that hits so close to home because I'm not one to get easily embarrassed. And
Yeah, same.
this being my roommate, like I'm happy to just make a fool of myself in
Yeah.
public, like walking down the street, talking to people, like having a laugh.
Hello, bon dia.
Yeah, like
Like does not care.
yeah, I just it doesn't bother me. I don't think it's a problem to feel that embarrassment. I think like maybe it's come with repetition of embarrassing myself over and over and over again, where it doesn't really phase me. But I think like personally, that's one thing that has made me grow so much as a person is just realizing that most of the time these other people aren't even really like thinking about you or looking at you. You know what I mean? Like they might like glance over at you, but you're just another person walking by them in a day. So I think people when they get all worked up about like, oh my god, like that person's looking at you, like who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've looked at 7,000 people today. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna remember you like
Yeah,
for the next 10 years of their life and be like, oh, remember that idiot that fell over
yeah.
in the mall. Like
And you might bring them a happy moment, like in that moment, they
exactly.
might not like need a hello or a hi, and then they see a big fucking golden retriever saying "Bon dia," like.
Do you remember the other day when we were walking eating ice cream and I was like at the point where the ice cream's like just on the just like a lid on the cone, and I like push it through with my tongue and like made a funny noise, and some random guy's walking beside us and he just laughed and he was like, what the fuck was that? No, like I didn't care. You know, it was funny to us and he thought it was funny, and
I know, man.
I just think, man, it's just
I think we're not afraid to be embarrassed. Like I'm really
man.
not. Like I don't care what clothes I wear. Like if different, I don't care. I don't care what people. This is what I mean. Like,
Billy,
I'm so I like my clothes, but I don't care about you calling me like a blouse all the time. Or, like,
I know what you mean.
Crazy laugh there for the viewers.
Crazy statement saying you don't. Crazy,
but I don't care. Like I do it for myself, but
I know, yeah.
But I don't care. Like you slagging me about it or something.
Yeah.
Like I bought pink shoes the other day. And
yeah.
I still have worn them, but
pink shoes are class.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like it's what he says of it is an underexplored emotion is so real. Like so many people are absolutely terrified to do any sort of action that's going to be embarrassing or talk to someone that you're scared that you might embarrass yourself. Like just do it. Like life is just not that serious. And I say that all the time. And obviously, yes, there's serious aspects to life, but for the most part, it's really not that. Go have a laugh. Like go make someone smile, you know?
And like there's so many situations like you can embarrass yourself, but who actually cares? Like the worst someone can say to you is no, or the worst they can do is laugh. Like, and you can't laugh at yourself, then there's no fun in that.
No, 100%, man. I think it's
Yeah, I like that quote though.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I saw it and I was like, I was like, Billy, look at this. This is nuts. Yeah, fuck. You any more quotes, Bill?
Do I? I don't know quotes. I said a movie quote today, like by Rob Williams.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Good morning, Vietnam.
Okay, what's the meaning behind that?
I don't know. Good morning, people.
Yeah.
Like he's like that's a great movie, great concept. Like that, even that little quote there, just the enthusiasm to be up that early. This is filmed in Vietnam when they're in the war and like the soldiers and like even that for brightening people up. So that's I don't know. It brightens my day up when the sun was out this morning. 6:30 or 7:15 we were walking and I was just so happy and I was just like good morning Vietnam.
Those little things that you can do that can just switch your mind today. Like we could wake up and be miserable and sit here and not look at each other, not speak to each other, but we're just gonna be pissed off, you know. Like this morning we had a good laugh when you woke up. I was out here dancing when you came out your door, like
just came dancing. It was grooving to I'm pretty sure it was Zara Larson or something. I don't
started
know.
the day off with a big hug to Bill. We were on it.
Big hug and like, all right, tell me one of these days.
I just remembered another good movie quote.
What?
This is one that we actually watched recently. It's Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, yeah.
And my favorite quote from that movie is, I think Oogway. Was it Oogway?
Oogway.
Saying there is no secret ingredient.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe it's Poe. I don't remember who says it first, but there is no secret ingredient when he's looking at the scroll and it's just a reflection of himself. And like that one, I'm sure if you analyze it, you could get real deep. But for me personally, like I think what it means to me is you are capable of a lot more than you can imagine. You know what I mean? And you're only gonna kind of progress as much as you're willing to put in. Yeah. So I think you human beings are like unimaginably brilliant, you know what I mean? Like we are capable of so much, and I think a lot of people are kind of in their shell and don't express themselves in ways that they can find these abilities, you know what I mean? Like it's
like that does like if you laugh about it, like he's literally a panda and he's meant to be a warrior, like, and he's a goofy panda man making noodles. You know,
sure is.
Yeah, like and the concept. I know it's an animation, but like the concept is like he was able to do it. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
And the ingredient was a bit of faith, a bit of hope, and you're like you gotta feel like people.
That's good. Back yourself, man.
Back yourself, man. No one else is gonna back yourself by yourself. If you can't back yourself, no one else will. And then if you do need someone to back you, I'm sure there's someone that can.
I think that's pretty relatable to rugby or elite sports in general. Is there's a difference between being cocky and being confident, and I think it's so important to have confidence. Like I've had moments in my career already where I've not been the most confident version of myself, and I
Yeah,
think it shows so clearly when I play in a game. Is like nervous to do things, you're gonna make mistakes. You know what I mean? If I'm thinking about, oh shit, I've got to catch this ball, I'm gonna drop the ball. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Whereas if I'm just confident playing rugby because I love playing rugby, I know I'm good at playing rugby, then I'm happy
yeah,
and it's easy. But when you get in your own head and you have that self doubt, that's when things kind of
yeah.
start to hit the fan. Like
It does. Yeah, you just gotta have always a bit of confidence in
yeah,
yourself.
and
Like,
don't get me wrong, like I don't like you shouldn't be going around like being cocky and being
yeah,
like, oh, I'm the
don't be
best.
walking the streets like Conor McGregor or
Yeah,
something. Like
it's not
that's
that.
just
It's just
no. Gotta be
it's kind of like
confident.
an internal confidence that you have,
Yeah,
and you know that you're capable of these things, and you know that you're as skilled as you are and as
yeah,
dominant as you are, and you have to use that to your advantage rather than kind of keep it caged
yeah.
away. You know?
In rugby, you know what you're good at. So like my one of my things I remember when I was a kid, like when I was in school, was where a quote from our teacher was just like, "Do what good for you on the field." Like as in, if you know you're not good at carrying the ball, you're not making yardage, like you're not that big, but you're brilliant at hitting rucks. Hit the rucks. And I
Mm.
said it to the kids the other day.
Yeah.
I got annoyed at them, but like, don't put yourself in a position that, like, I'm not saying back up. Don't be afraid to put yourself in that position, but like, if you know you're good at something, like improve mostly on that, and then you'll improve on the other little skills. But like, be good at what you are, because that gives you more confidence on the field. I feel like if
Like
I know I'm good exactly at this thing, I'll do it first, and then it'll grow my confidence on the field.
yeah, it's also just less to think about when you know that that's
Yeah,
your role and you can just stick to doing that one thing or those few things. It's less going on in your brain and it's less confusion for
yeah.
you, and you can just basically express all or put all your energy into those specific
Specific
things,
things,
yeah,
yeah,
specific roles. And I think that's very important. Like you can't have, say for example, myself, like a front rower worrying about what if the 13's running
a
in or
short
out,
line,
like
yeah,
oh, like what, there's no point in that, you know, like
yeah.
I'm worried about
Well,
clearing out the ruck and pushing hard in the scrum, you know, and
simple.
it makes my life real easy when you get into the game. So
That's another thing as well. Rugby is the simplest sport, but it's the hardest thing to be so simple at, I find.
yeah,
Like in the rugby world, I mean, like catch pass
yeah,
is the most simplest thing in the world, and the best teams that execute that the most, like they're the best at it. Like, but it's so hard to still execute the simplest of things in rugby. That's why it's like bizarre to me. Like everyone always
yeah.
complicates rugby, but it's pretty simple.
It's yeah, it's definitely got its complications, I would say. But for the most part, yeah, it's a pretty simple game, and like coaches always are drilling the same type of concepts, you know. Like
Formats, yeah,
yeah, and I think like the one thing that's pretty unique about the sport is how much it can change week to week, though. Like
yeah,
I think that's like I've said this many times. That's why rugby is such a beautiful sport, is because you create this certain game plan, like a
for
battle plan against this other team, and then come Monday, you could
it's,
completely scrap that
and it's
all.
gone.
Yeah,
Like,
and you're completely on to the next team. And I think that's so cool because it switches your mindset every week and it keeps things fresh and it keeps
yeah.
things exciting.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, listen, that was a good few movie quotes there, and a bit of inspiring or inspiration that we have a little, like, we enjoyed them. They give us a bit of hope, I would say. So then the next thing is a bit more serious, is friends, families, and foe, or family, friends, and foes. So on this little segment, we want to talk about like how being abroad impacts like how we connect with our families, or like, is it still strong, or is it weaker, or vice versa, you know. And then the same with your friends, like, because we're making friends over here, but we have like our other friends there and over there, like they're all around the world. So it's just like, and then you have enemies, and that's part of it as well. Like, you'll have friends, you'll make friends, and then you lose friends, and then you gain more friends here. So that's how it goes, unfortunately, especially in our world, because we're traveling a lot. So like, if Miller leaves this year, I leave, or if we leave at the end of the season, we go separate ways. We're still friends, but the friendship mode changes.
yeah,
So like, he has many friends in Australia now. They all change. Like, they FaceTime, but it's like you lose other friends this way, and you gain friends that way. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not, you know. So I say, yeah, this is the segment. So like, anything you'd like to?
yeah, I think it's definitely a tough thing to kind of wrap your head around. And for me, the first time I really experienced it was last year. I like moved to Australia, made a bunch of great friends, and then all of a sudden it was like August 15th or whatever it was, and it was like boom. All right, I'll
Gone.
see you guys later. I don't know if I'll ever see you
So
again.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that's a long way from home. here not as bad because it's like pretty easy to get from Canada to Europe, whereas Australia's like a long way. So
Yeah,
that's kind of tough, and I think you kind of always have in the back of your mind, especially in the rugby world, that you will cross paths again because it's such a small rugby world. But there's also the chance that you might not. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So it's sad, but
It's
it's also
it's
fucking awesome, man, to be able
yeah,
to experience that and to make all these new relationships and experience all these new cultures. Like, I think there's definitely pros and cons to it, but way more pros than cons for me.
yeah,
Like, I have no doubt that I will run into majority of those guys from Australia again, and obviously the guys back in Canada, like I'll see them when I go home and stuff.
yeah.
But
And it's the same for me. Like I've made so many friends in Canada and so many friends in Spain, and some are over there.
and
So
you
it's just
Ireland,
and Ireland. Yeah, obviously, of all my friends in Ireland, which is my little home. That's my steady home, and like
home
they'll
base,
home base. They'll
yeah,
always be my friends, and they've been my friends for more than 20 years now, nearly.
yeah.
So it's great.
So
Um,
what? You became friends with them when you were 15? Nearly 20 years you've been friends there. Yeah, nice.
well, my oldest friend, I've literally known him since I've been one, man.
That was a joke, Billy. I was saying you're old.
Yeah, I know. I
Or
was
just
just
straight over to
no, it wasn't straight over the head, but like I
you.
don't like being called old.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Mm,
You're
okay.
not. Young at heart.
Yeah, I am. I'm a child at heart. But yeah, we have to, and in this reality of like, you got to make friends. Of course, you got to make friends. You got to make friends with your teammates. And coming with that, though, it's a different type of friendship, I would say. Like, it's, how would I say it? Like, it's, you have your loyalty to your teammates, to your friends, here in the moment, and you got to enjoy that and appreciate them, but not get too bogged down on it because, like, they're going to go out of your life at some point. That's how it goes, especially at this level when you're chasing contracts. So it's like, how do you adapt to that? And like, but it's better off in the moment to just connect with them now and just learn from them and build a friendship. And then yes, you'll still be able to connect with them online and see how they're doing. But and it is great. It's more pros than cons, I would say.
Yeah, I think it's like you said, it's definitely a different type of
Different friendship.
friendship. You have like maybe your close knit group of guys on your team that you would hang out with outside of rugby, but for the most part you're just there at training, and
Yeah,
yes, you get along and you build relationships through rugby, and like might not be them coming over to watch a movie, but it's like you see them and you go for a coffee before training or whatever it is. And
yeah,
um yeah, I think it's not one of those things where you're just gonna forget them. You know
yeah.
what I
You
mean?
don't
Like they
forget
might
them.
leave your life, but you're always gonna remember them, or like you see them, you're always gonna recognize them. It's
Yeah,
not like we spend 5 hours a day with them every day. You
every
know, like
day you
it
see them.
they're a big part of your life.
Yeah,
And I think for me, one thing I've realized, and if I could give any advice, is like obviously you want to try to stay connected with everyone as much as you can, but don't stress yourself out over it, because I found myself doing that. Whereas like I've met so many people in the last 5 years of my life, and I've made so many great friends that it's like I feel like I'm constantly trying to stay updated with every single one of them, and it's just like it's not.
it's not possible, man.
Yeah, it's not. It
They
isn't.
have
It's
their
not
life, you have your
possible,
life, and
especially
that's
like
yeah,
time zones. Like I'm going to bed, my buddies in Australia are waking up. Like it's super tough to do, and I think if you can not necessarily cut people out of your life, but like find the real close knit group, like guys that you truly care about, and stay in contact with them. That's going to be the best thing for you. And I think like for example, like my friends at home, I probably don't even text them as much as I do the guys in
that's
Australia, because I
Australia.
know when I go home, I'll have lots of time to catch up with them,
Yeah,
and we'll get on well when I'm there. But it's yeah, it's tough, man. It's a tough way to live life, honestly. Like
it
people in
is.
and out of your lives, it's
Yeah,
hard to build relationships. Like it's very tough, and um,
it
same
is.
with family as well, man.
Yeah, that's my next
I
question. And
think
then is like families as well is a big part of it because you miss out on a lot of opportunities with your families. Like, especially if you have a big family, you're gonna miss load of birthdays. You're gonna miss like important dates like communions, confirmations, or like, fortunately, some people miss the funerals or etc. etc. But that's part of it, like where you are, because you can never just get there when you want to get there because you have your life and your job to do, and it's not just that easy to just say, oh yeah, I'm on the way. Like,
mm,
especially for you, like 7 hours there back. It's the same for me as well. Like I live my family are only in Ireland. I still even don't get back that often to see them.
mm-mm.
So I was like, does your relationship get stronger because you're abroad, or does it get weaker? I feel like it's a bit of both. I feel like when you're out of sight, out of mind, a lot of the time.
Yeah, hundred
Like
percent.
so, and it's understandable. Like I don't really know what's going on half the time until like I catch up with them. I might ring my uncle or my family like once every couple of weeks or whatever. Like
Yeah.
not they're not forgetting me, but it's just like out of sight, out of mind. And their love hasn't changed for me, but it's just like it's so different. Like when you go back and you miss all these events, like especially Christmas. That is crazy.
Scuba.
That is crazy. Snow's coming flying out. But anyway, that's what you expect on the bill and mill. And I hope that really yeah, play it off, mate.
Yeah.
Play it off.
Play what off?
Snus just comes flying out of it, and he's protecting it. But yeah, so how would you find it with your family? Is it still getting stronger, or like are you? I say you can't wait to get back. I know you're a bit of a homebody. You want to go. You can't wait to go back and see your family and your mom and your dad. And I know
Yeah.
you have a new family member into
Yeah,
the Millers.
nephew. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. I think it's tough. It's definitely makes the moments more special when you go home.
mm.
Like any chance I get to spend with my family feels incredible. So I think before I kind of traveled, I took that for granted, and it was just like, oh, it's my family. I'm with them every day. Like, what's up, mom, what's up, dad. You know. But now it's like I go home and I'm so grateful to be able to be there with them in the present. Um, but yeah, it's true about missing everything. Like I remember I had a coach first tell me when I first decided to pursue like a high level rugby. He said to our whole team, he was like, "It's a risk you take, but I'm gonna promise you're gonna miss funerals, you're gonna miss birthdays, you're gonna miss death or babies being born. Like you're gonna miss weddings, you're gonna miss it all." And I was like, in my head, I was like, "Nah, I won't. Like, I'll be home for it." You know, like just thinking optimistically. I was like, "No, I'll be home for it. It won't ever happen." Last year, missed all three. Like my buddy got married, sister had a baby, my grandmother passed away, and I was in my head, and I was like, "Wow, Phil, like you were right." Like,
Yeah, man.
fuck, man, it's tough, but yeah, it's those type of moments are really it makes you really wish that you could be there with them in the moment. Like
Mm.
it's tough not being able to comfort your family during like a tough time of a family member passing, or like be there to meet my new nephew the day he's born. You know what I mean? Like I've
Yeah, it's different. It's just a different feeling when you're away from family. Like you guess you kind of get used to being on your own, and I think when you're abroad as well, you, like in this job, you have to also enjoy being alone and
mm.
accept being alone.
It's also, but don't get me wrong, it's also super important to stay in touch with them. Like I text
Yeah,
my mother all day, every day almost, and like not all day, every day, but like text her every day. Like I try to
same.
call her as much as I can, try to call her, my dad. Like my sister's in Portugal, so I stay in touch with her, but I try to call my other sister back home to see my nephew. And it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's pretty crazy, but snuff stuck to the arm there.
great.
um,
That came flying out of your mouth, mate. The
that
snus.
happens so much.
You sneezed.
Yeah, I'm still on the snuffs, by the way. I'm sorry.
Oh, they were just hanging out to dry.
That's all right.
Yeah,
She knows. She hates it, but she knows.
yeah. Well,
Fair play to her.
fair enough. And then the next part is enemies, foes, FIFA, foes. I feel like when you're coming into so many different cultures and you're going abroad, like you don't know what to expect. Like, is someone gonna like you? Are they not gonna like you? Are you gonna adapt to the team environment? Are you gonna get along with everybody? And I feel like you try your best and you try to incorporate your own personality, but it shouldn't change just because you're clashing heads with somebody. And I think that's pretty normal. I feel like most teams will make if you're making an effort, it will work out, and you try your best to be different, and you try to be part of the team environment and join in and learn about other people and cultures, and they'll get an understanding of you and your personalities. But enemies do happen, foes do come and go, and I think that's just part of it, though. Like in the rugby world and off the pitch, and like like so how would you deal with enemies? Like if you not enemies is a strong word, but like foes, like you're
Mm.
gonna clash heads with people. Like so, how would you deal with it? Like, do you just try to ignore it, sweep it under the thing, and just like be selfish about it? And like, if he's asking for a hand, not give a hand, or is it just because you're like stubborn because you don't like them? And I feel like that has a knock on in the team environment and the like yeah the atmosphere because like you can tell when people don't like and they bash heads and there's personalities, but you got to also accept together and like work on it, and or just understand that you clash in certain situations, so you try to avoid them and stay away. I
Yeah,
feel like that happens a lot. Like,
I think, yeah, personally, I try my absolute best to get along with everyone because it just makes things so much
yeah,
easier.
it's
But
way
like,
easier. Like,
you're dead right. Like that's gonna happen. You're gonna play with people you don't agree with. You're gonna meet people along the way you don't get on well with. Um, I think the best way to go about it is if there's a major issue, address it. Like
yeah,
if it's in the rugby environment, it's a bit easier to address it because you can be like, hey, this is what I'm feeling. This is what you're giving me. How can we make this not
yeah,
happen? And yeah, it's an awkward conversation you have to have, but we're grown men, like you should be able
yeah,
to have it. And I think it's pretty selfish to let that get in the way of the team atmosphere and
yeah,
let that kind of like wiggle its way through because it is, man, it's contagious, and it's like
yeah.
two people
One,
start going at it and then everyone starts going at it. And I think
yes, it's like that expression, "one rotten fruit among the." I don't know. Something.
go on, make one up. You might as well. One rotten
One rotten,
fruit in the
or is
apple.
it one rotten fly among the fruit? That's it. One rotten fly among the roots.
I like it.
I feel like I hope the older people will know that quote or something. I don't know, because our
um,
audience is a bit of a mixed audience. So like
yeah,
whatever the
but
quote
no,
is.
I think yeah, it's a given in life that you're gonna run
Yeah,
into people that you don't get along with. I think it's best to not necessarily avoid them, but if they're not bringing out the best version of yourself, definitely don't try to
yeah,
associate with them. You know what I mean? Like for me, if I know that someone makes me feel like not the best version of myself, I'm not going to spend time with them. It's that
yeah,
it's that easy. It's like I'm. Why would I put myself in that situation? That's gonna make
make
me a worse person.
yeah,
You
and it
know?
just brings out the worst in you, because then you just get, I would say, like, not sly, or what's the word, like you get very like petty,
Mm.
and then and then you're holding on to, like, no matter what he does or whatever they do, there's that pettiness about it, and then
Mm.
like if he drops the ball, you're like celebrating when like
Yeah.
that's not meant to be part of the team atmosphere. Like, regardless of like if you hate them, no matter what, like there's so many stories of like players that hated each other so much, but then would be best friends on the field. And I think off the field is so different to being on the field and in that environment. Like, if you have a problem, you straight it out there and then. Like, don't
Yeah.
be going behind people's backs, or like, obviously there is all that, but I mean, like, don't be afraid to, like, if it's really bothering you, to say what you want to say, and you don't hide your personality just because of like you're really bogged down or it's petite. So
Yeah. 100%. I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's a tough question, because like
Yeah. I
you
don't.
don't want to make enemies.
I
You
know.
don't
I don't
want to,
really
like,
like talking about it, but it is kind of important, I guess. Like,
it's so, man. I was thinking about it. I was like,
I can't really think. Like, to be honest, I can't really think of. And I consider myself lucky in this matter, but I can't. I couldn't name one person that I was like, wow, I absolutely
yeah,
hate that guy. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, I
it's
don't really either. Like, because you kind of like, you just got to get on with it. Like,
yeah. Don't get me like if I go say like there's someone that I don't get along well with, and I go for coffee with a group of guys and he's there, like I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I'm leaving. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I'll enjoy my time there, and I'm not gonna hold a grudge against this guy in
yeah,
that moment. Like we've talked about that before. It's not worth holding
I
like
grew up, yeah,
it's not worth holding the grudge. It's like yes, sure, there's certain situations where someone might piss you off, but that's not all the time. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like that's in those moments. So why blank them? When you
yeah,
see them out on the street, like
yeah,
it's pointless. And I know there's a lot of people like that in this world, and I think those guys honestly are just hurting themselves. I
yeah.
just
It's
don't think
not
it's
that
worth it.
serious. Like,
Again, man, it's
it's
just
just not
not
that
that
serious.
serious.
But that is part of it as well. Like, you got to accept not everyone's gonna like you or enjoy your personality, or you might just piss them off. Like,
Yeah,
and but it doesn't mean you change yourself or your personality just because of like one or two people. Like, that happens. Then you just got to learn how to adapt with it and focus on yourself, and like focus being the best teammate in that environment and what you can bring. You don't want to be the
yeah.
rotten
It's also
fly.
easy to say. Like all this stuff's very easy to say, but to put it into practice is a bit tougher because in the moment sometimes you're
Oh, you're
fired
so,
up. You're in the heat of the moment. And you're just
yeah,
like, okay, no, like fuck off. Like I can't be bothered. But like
yeah,
sitting here talking about it is like, oh yeah, like give your mate a hug. Like go tell him how you're
mm,
feeling. But sometimes it is tough to bring yourself to do that and to
yeah,
calm yourself down enough to be able to go up there and have that type of conversation. So maybe sometimes in the heat of the moment, like don't do it. Maybe after the fact, go up to them. If
yeah,
there's someone bugging you, like I would go up to them after the fact and be like, okay, why are we not? Why is this not working? You know what I mean? Like what is your problem with me? What's my problem with you? Let's talk this out.
There is a difference. You can know when you have a problem and then when it's like not personal. Like because in rugby you can't take things personal on the field because that's life. Like whoever's going to be shouting at you is going to be shouting at you. So you can't take that personal. But you'll know the difference between when someone's not being personal and personal. Like you can understand and figure it out. And I think that comes.
I remember in the movie Remember the Titans, there's like a scene where Julius and Gary are at the water fountain, and he was like, all right, I don't like you, you don't like me. You tell me two things about you, because they were doing the thing where they had to tell two things, about your roommate. He was like, I don't like you, you don't like me. Let's get this over with. Like, tell me two things about you, and then like 2 weeks later in the movie, they're best friends. You know what I mean? So sometimes it can work out in your favor. I know that's a movie, but like,
no, but it's
a prime example of it, and it's like two like polar opposites that have just became one because they talked about what their issues were with each other, and yeah.
Anything else? I think that's the end of Conversation Street.
Yeah, great Conversation Street.
Yeah, it was a bit tough. It was a bit of a
took a windy road to get there.
Honestly, yeah.
There was a construction zone at the start of Conversation Street.
Not gonna lie, today was a tough to get this going. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling the energies weren't there.
Well, I had the energy, man. You know, I was buzzing on the coffees, but our energies were mismatched was the problem, I think.
Yeah, 6 cups of coffee. I think that's why, chap was just sucking on.
Straight out of an ice bath too, man. Endorphins are just.
Yeah, I know. Like the body was feeling good, but I just I didn't have the cognitive function today. I don't know why, but that happens. But I hope you enjoyed it. I think we'll call it quits there.
Yeah, I think that's probably good.
Yeah, we're hoping next week now again. I know we said this last week, but next week we'll have guests coming on, or another guest. Hopefully he takes some time out of his busy schedule to come and see us, and then the other guy is a little bit better to come on and help us out. And that'll be a new segment called. Well, will we tell them? Nah, we won't.
Okay.
But yeah. Thanks, folks.
That's episode 3 of the Sin Bin. I'm Milt.
I'm Bill.
I think we did that backwards.
Yeah, we did. Go again.
No.
I'm Bill.
And I'm Mill.